Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. H.M.V Records is open. And on top of that, I've just seen Bryan. Bryan, it's amazing to see H.M.V Record Shop is back, reopened.
Frank, if you have a look here, this is a legendary store. A lot of rock and roll history happened here. It opened 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yep. And the grand opening of this store was actually 1921. This is the flagship store of H.M.V. It's so good to see it open again. There were H.M.V shops all over the country, but this was the main one.
I heard there's a bit of Beatles rock and roll history hidden here.
There is, Frank. Very, very important site where Brian Epstein, the Beatles manager, arrived. He knew the manager of the store, a man called Bob Boast. He'd met him at a convention a few months before, but he'd been trying for 10 months to get the Beatles a deal. He couldn't get a deal anywhere. People were laughing at him, including Decca and various other record companies. Finally, in the April 1962, he came here and he met Bob Boast, and Bob Boast was very impressed with the tapes. He then sent him up to the next floor where Jim Foy was there, who cut all the records.
Wow.
Jim Foy actually said, go up to the top floor. Now this is it. Once he went to the top floor, Sid Coleman was there, the big boss of Ardmore and Beechwood, the publishers, and straight away he got on the phone to George Martin and arranged an appointment for Bryan the next day.
Bryan, the H.M.V and the dog, what's the story on that?
And it means his master's voice. Now this was formed, the company was formed in 1901 by the Gramophone Company Limited, and the dog Nipper was taken from a famous painting by an artist called Francis Barraud.
It's freezing cold here, it's Oxford Street. You've had a lovely bit of history there from Bryan, so let's see if this record shop is up to the test. I'm going to go over there now and pick out my favourite Beatles album, Abbey Road.
Let's take a look. Absolutely amazing. It's like going back in time. Take a look at that. 1973. 1973 that was. Frank, this is just how it was. I mean, I got all this at home. It's stacked. Yeah, we also have the CDs in here, Frank.
Find the album.
Right, let's have a look. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen that before. There we go.
That's new.
Frank?
Hunky Dory, Heroes.
So I used to have the lot.
Yeah.
Sold it all. Sold it all for nothing, I did. So there you go. There you go, Frank. There's the iconic Abbey Road.
Yeah, they got it.
The story on this, Frank, John is the preacher man, or the religious man at the front. Ringo is the undertaker. Paul is dead, as you can see. His feet barefooted, cigarette in the right hand. Supposed to be a Paul McCartney look-alike called William Campbell. And there is George Harrison, the gravedigger, bringing up the rear.
The number plate on the car.
Number plate on the car you can see is LMW 281F. Linda McCartney weeps. Some people say Linda McCartney widowed if Paul would have lived till 28. And a lot of people say the crossing's moved. It hasn't moved.
Look at this, look at the album covers in them days, look.
Yeah.
Got the album cover, artwork, plus it tells a story.
Yeah.
It's what you don't get now.
Remember, it was a hot day that day on August the 8th.
Out of step with the other.
He's out of step.
Be a sign of mourning in Sicily.
That's correct. His step, you're quite right, actually. His feet around the other way, his legs around the other way, but this was take 5 of 6 takes. The reason this was picked is because the legs were all in unison. Remember, obviously, Paul's around the other way.
Yeah. I'll get you now. The guy by the police van, he's well known.
His name was Paul Cole, Frank.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, his name was Paul Cole. His wife was actually a music teacher, and it was only when she went to play the album on the piano that she saw her husband standing there, so the story goes. They were just visiting at the time, and she'd gone off somewhere and left him there. That's the story there.
Shopping.
There you go. They've got them all. London to Paris, 1964. They've got some great stuff.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely fabulous, Frank.
We're going back in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Now it's amazing. Everything's online. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You should get the album. You know, the nice covers, the lyrics.
Right. I listened to the long version. Love Is Like Oxygen.
Yeah.
Incredible track. 1978 they brought that out.
Yeah.
That was their last hit.
Any Slade in there?
Don't know. Slade.
Here you go, Rolling Stones, Goats
No,
and
Slade.
Soup, Steel Wheels,
Sam-
Sonny Rock
no,
and
wait a
Roll,
minute.
Let It Bleed. That was a great album. Rolling Stones, I don't know that one. Aftermath.
No, they don't have Slate.
Aftermath, American. Is that American
Not
version?
an album.
In Between the Buttons.
Yeah.
Big hits. Here he comes, another happy customer with his CDs and his records. But there you go, CD, the record, H.M.V's reopened. We're in Oxford Street. I wonder if this shop's going to last, because a lot of us ain't got CD players or record players. But maybe the young generation will pick up where we left off.
Like we saw, please hit the like button. Go to our site, www.londonsightseeingtours.co.uk, and check out all our rock and roll information. If you want to book a tour, please contact us direct on info@londonsightseeingtours.co.uk.